It is 1230 WBVP and 1460 WMBA and 99.3 FM and 95.7 FM. It is Teleforum, and it is a bag of cats today. It's going to go quick. We're doing the Rappin with the Reps with a couple of minor changes. You can still watch this. This is going on right now on Facebook Live. Obviously, you're listening, at least listening to it. I'm Eddy Crow. My guest for Rappin with the Reps is Jim Marshall. Got a lot of questions for you, buddy. Jim Marshall of the 14th District, and it's Rappin with the Rep because you're the only one here.
Right.
Thank you.
Glad to be here, Eddie.
Thank you very much. And you're busy as, what's the old saying? A long-tailed dog in a rocking chair factory or something?
Yeah, I've heard
You can
that.
only be with us. No, you haven't. Appreciate you being polite. You can only be with us for a half hour.
Right.
You got stuff you got to do.
I have a Zoom meeting, actually 3 of them today, but
3 Zoom meetings.
it's the sign of the times, I guess, you know.
Is it still because of COVID or is it because of logistics?
Logistics.
Okay.
It's convenient.
All right. I'm going to start with what I thought was a really wonderful thing, and I want your opinion. A couple of days ago, it was the State of the County address.
Right.
Okay. You were there. I saw you there. What was your impression after you walked out?
I'm so impressed with the current county commissioners team. All 3 of them did an excellent job. I'm confident that they're ready to continue to lead us. They're talked about all the important issues, talked about the community college, broadband. I just feel that they have a great team in place. The row officers they have in place are doing a good job. And you know, they talked about reassessment a little bit, and you know, it's going to be challenging. I'm sure residents will have the opportunity to appeal if they're not satisfied with the reassessment results, and it's a process. But we have a great leadership team in place to handle that.
It seemed competent.
Oh, very, and well led, I must say. Yeah. The moderator did a great job. Grateful that the Geneva hosted it, and the Chamber of Commerce really did a good job, and place was packed. I mean, everybody was there.
That was the other thing. You see that many people involved, like, okay, people are paying attention. That's a good thing.
Absolutely, and I think everybody would have the same opinion that I do. That, again, great team, very competent, knew what they were doing. Really impressed.
All right. The question that I was chomping at the bit, I looked up on a map this morning, 14th District, because I don't live in the 14th District. Okay? Close. But the entire west edge of Darlington has been a busy scene for the last day or two. That's where the
train derailment.
What have you been going through? The train derailment was Friday night in East Palestine. What has your time been spent dealing with that? I can't imagine it's been quiet.
It's been hectic, but controlled at the same time. When I say we, I'm going to say that it's not only myself and Senator Vogel, but Senator Bartolotta, Representative Matsey, and Kale have been in constant contact with Pennsylvania Emergency Management. We've had Zoom meetings, probably almost hourly reports.
Okay.
They've been on top of it. And again, the county commissioners were there.
Who's reporting to you? When you take a report or a Zoom meeting, who's telling you what's up?
It's Wes from Pima. And so it's coming right from Harrisburg. They're reporting to us. I've been in contact with Governor Shapiro's office on this. And you know, I just think that the fire chief in East Palestine did a fantastic job. The high governor was out there. That incident was minutes away from New Galilee or Beaver Falls.
Yeah.
An axle broke on one of the cars. It could have happened anywhere on that line. We do have a great emergency management team here locally, Beaver County. Eric Brewer was in charge of that team, and we had mutual aid from several fire companies in Beaver County going out there. And there were some evacuations in Pennsylvania. There were about 20 homes.
How many, were there any people in your district that had to get out?
Yes.
What was it, a 1 mile radius, correct?
Yeah, and it was enlarged to a smaller extent. There were rumors out there that was an 18-mile district,
18?
but that was unfounded rumor. But yeah, there were residents that were evacuated in the district I represent in Darlington Township. There were volunteers that came out, not only volunteer first responders, but volunteer family members came out with horse trailers to evacuate livestock from affected areas. We had EPA was there continuing to do air monitoring.
Mm-hmm.
There was monitoring set up on the groundwater and the streams. It continues. The railroad has in place in East Palestine sites that residents can go to. They can have their indoor air quality in their homes tested. They can have their water wells tested.
Is everybody cleared to go back?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
They said
Yesterday,
you can go back now.
about 5:30.
Okay. Did you hear anybody with concerns about, I want to go back, but I'm still nervous?
I didn't hear that in person, but I'm sure there are some people that have concerns. And the railroad is there to try to help people to get back to a normal life. And the cars have been cleared from the tracks, and the tracks are being repaired now. So,
how much more difficult did information become because of social media? You mentioned a rumor, 18 miles.
I'm not on social media.
Good call.
The only media I listen to is the radio, so not on social at all. So I don't know. It's just people came in. Our office had a few questions. I'm sure other offices did. So, yeah, I just think that PEMA especially, they were in constant communication with us, and I appreciate that.
Just to have something when you get asked.
When we get asked, that we have an answer that, we hate to say, I don't know, or we'll look into it, but we had information, and if not only in person or Zoom meetings, emails, it was a constant line of communication.
Jim Marshall is my guest, state rep for the 14th district. There was an election yesterday. Does that mean everybody has to go back to work now that we've sorted out who gets what seats? The 3 special elections?
3 special elections in Allegheny County.
So
Absolutely.
Everybody, when do you go back?
February 21st.
All right. What was the point of that?
The point of
arguing back and forth. I was very frustrated with the Democrats because even if there was beef about the election, Republicans showed up to try and do something.
Well, I mean, a speaker was elected. Typically, in previous sessions, that day we set up a new rules for the session and get right back to work. It was delayed. The Speaker Rozzi decided to do a listening tour through Pennsylvania to see what people were interested in, and he's currently, the latest news I heard, he was reevaluating whether he's going to remain Speaker or not. I'm not here to throw stones. I just want to get back to work, and I think that that's what Pennsylvanians want. We need to work together no matter who has the majority. I'm blessed to work directly with Rob Matzey. We chair the same committee.
Right.
We are co-chairs. We never really referred to us as majority or minority chair. So I feel that when our committee is functional again, if Rob's leading it, I'm in good hands, and I really think that we'll be very productive.
How much has it changed? You've done this, 15 or 16 years? 10 years ago, was there such animosity and tit for tat?
There was animosity on the floor.
Okay.
I mean, we could be passionate and have heated debates, and then at the end of the day shake hands and discuss it over dinner.
You kept it as business is business.
Business is business.
Is that more difficult now?
It is. Although I still have a number of friends on both sides of the aisle, I've seen there's a little more of a divide than there was 10 or 15 years ago. And we need to get back to where we're really just focused on making Pennsylvania better and not having political or partisan debates.
State Rep Jim Marshall is my guest and didn't have to come in today. He's got to leave here in a couple of minutes. What's your first priority? First, thank you for doing this because I had nothing prepared. If you don't show up,
what are you going to do?
It's I'd make something up and it'd be gibberish. You're much better at. What do you want to get done? If you can get one thing accomplished when you go to Harrisburg, eventually, what'd you say, the 21st?
The 21st.
What's your first priority?
Well, the first priority is organizing, getting the rules passed, and then organizing the committees, because the legislation has to be all the bills have to be referred to the committees, and then the committee will look at what we have in the committee to address, and then go from there. That's the top priority, is get the committees organized and so that we can function. And then, after that, I'm sure there'll be some legislation that's critical. I know that the ruling on the current education funding has been challenged, and that's going to be, that along with the budget will be a long debate this spring and into the summer.
What do you expect to happen with the Krasner impeachment business? It started last term and it had to end because the term ends it, and where is that at?
Well, I'm not saying that it's entirely over. I think that we got a lot of information out. I'm not sure that that's on the front burner right now.
Okay.
But we really need to just focus on getting the House organized and get legislation moving.
What should I have asked you today that I didn't ask you? We ran through a bunch of stuff.
We covered it. I mean, I think the derailment was certainly on everybody's mind in our area. And again, how close it could have been to any of our small towns. State of the county, again, comforting to know we have great leadership team there.
Civility can exist.
I just think we covered pretty much everything.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in. Thank you for saving my bacon.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity. Always glad to be on the show.
14th District Representative Jim Marshall, rapping with the Rep, singular. David Lozier is my guest at 11:10. There's a big announcement coming with that. Between now and then, I got stuff to catch up on. Teleforum continues. It's Teleforum Beaver County Radio.
What makes a good auto repair shop great? Ask the experts at Junction Auto Service. They know all about it because they've been servicing vehicles for decades, and their satisfied customers keep coming back. Winter is here, and usually the first thing to go is your battery. A dead battery could put you in harm's way. So make an appointment today and let the experts at Junction Auto check your battery, fluid levels, tires, shocks, struts, and brakes. Don't let the winter get the best of your vehicle. Call Junction Auto Service, 425 Constitution Boulevard in New Brighton.
Do you wish that you had the support of a family in your financial institution? You can when you become a family member at Friendly Federal Credit Union. This is Cindy Haladio. During February, the month of showing love and appreciation, Friendly Federal Credit Union wants to show you how true it really is. If you haven't already, apply for membership at Friendly Federal Credit Union with offices in Elliquip and Baden. Enjoy low or no fees with your account, favorable terms and interest rates, and the added benefit of putting money back into your community. What are you waiting for? It's time for a family reunion. Join the thousands of other local people who are already part of the friendliest family in Beaver County. The member owners at the place that makes more sense for you. Friendly Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.